Hi, my name is Casey Maples, and this is my PowerPoint on the professional image of nursing. So for my first slide, I touch base on the past and the present with nursing uniforms, comparative slide. The past is um, white skirts, aprons, caps. Um, this is a picture of Florence Nightingale. Of course, she's wearing the apron. When I was growing up, my aunt and my cousin both had to wear the white scrubs. I remember pictures of them from nursing school and beyond where they were just wearing white scrubs, the white skirts. They went through that era. And it was also when I finished nursing school, it was the white uniforms and the white caps. It was kind of a rite of passage. But now with the present, you have the scrubs. They're colorful, patterned, personalized. So if someone just wants to wear the scrub bottoms and then the top with the jacket, they can. Or if they want to wear long sleeves under it, it's all different. And this is a picture of 5 adults, all in scrubs, and then you have the one in the tie and the button-up shirt. And I'm sure that's supposed to represent a doctor, but I chose it because I have to dress up at work. I'm a clinical research slash nurse coordinator, so I wear business attire to work every day. So I chose that picture specifically for that man to show that nurses not are always in scrubs. There's a different attire that they have to wear. My next slide is on the gender stereotypes, the male versus the females. In society, males come off as the strong one. They are the strength when you need to move someone, when you have to turn someone, when you have an out of control patient. I used to work at a psychiatric hospital for children, and male nurses were a shoo-in. If you applied, you got it. And that was because we needed their strength. So I see that benefits the males, but there are also strong females. And it's sad when a female gets turned down because the male is just stronger, even though they are a strong female. They're able to be a strong asset to the team. Another gender stereotype is that they're sexual predators. A female can go in the room with a male by themselves and perform assessments, but the same not for a male. A male with a female, they need someone else in the room, and that's just security for the patient and the nurse himself. Sexual advances could be made each way, and sexual accusations could be made each way. And then the next one would be that they're homosexual, which I don't understand. I get that they think a nurse is a female's role, but it doesn't come that way when they're a doctor, or a female isn't homosexual when they're a doctor. So I've never really understood why a male can't be a nurse. And then there's the female nurses, where they are known as gentle and they're caregiver. They're there to love and coddle. They're there to take care of you. Yes, do nursing assessments, but they are the more soft spoken, the soft side one. And then, of course, the sexual object, which everybody knows, the Halloween costumes, the sexy nurse that they're going to take care of you, and they're going to do it sexually, even though nurses have bodily fluids all over them. They've seen it all. They've done it all with sweat, blood, and tears, and it's not always glamorous. Then I touch base on the public image of nursing. And this is a picture of Sarah Michelle Gellar. That kind of represents the sexy nurse, which I just touched base on. I've had friends dress up as nurses for a Halloween costume. And I always tell them, I can guarantee you when I start a shift, I don't look the same when I end it. I don't come out looking like I could go walk on a runway model, be a runway model. Another image is the doctor's assistant, that they don't have the brains to be a doctor, that they don't have the knowledge to check a doctor's orders, that they just do what the doctor tells them instead of making sure that it's the correct dosage, that they don't have that they're just their assistant, and it's not true. Their nurses are more of a right hand to a doctor than just their assistant. And then I have the caregiver versus medical professional, which um, that kind of goes with the doctor's assistant. It all kind of correlates together, that they just are there to feed you and make sure you're clean and dry, bathe you. With yes, that's very important ADLs, but that they don't have that medical knowledge. And then I have emotionally resilient, and that is goes both ways. If you're having troubles at home, you have to learn to leave your troubles at home or at the door of wherever you work and go in, do your job, and do it well. And then also, when you're at work and you lose a patient or you make a mistake or um, the patient gets better, you still have to be emotionally resilient. You don't get to show your affection. You don't get to show your sadness, your hurt, your disappointment, whatever it may be. You have to put on a brave face and handle the situation, which can be really hard because you can have the weight on your shoulders at home and the weight on your shoulders at work, and you have to be able to turn it on and off. And then RNs equals failed MDs, which there's never been a point where I agreed with this. I've never wanted to be a doctor. I've always wanted to be a nurse growing up. So just because I decided not to go to extra school doesn't mean that I am only a nurse because I failed medical school. So that's where the picture of behind every great behind every great doctor is an even greater nurse. Doctors rely on nurses. We're their right hand. Without us, their job would be very hard. This is my self-image of a nurse. This is how I see myself as a nurse. The picture on the right is a picture of myself at work. I wear business casual clothes with a white lab coat. And then the picture on the left is the opposite of what people would just assume a nurse would wear, scrub tops. So that's why I have those two pictures there. And then I put that on my backbone. I am the doctor's right hand. The doctors rely on me to make sure what they do is correct. Then taskmaster. I have to do all assessments. I have to draw blood, give medicine, and then I even have to process the labs. So I put taskmaster because you have to be proficient in everything that you do, and it's important to master everything that's assigned to you. And then caregiver, because that's what nurses are. We give care. Just a different level than I think the public would assume. And then congruent. And I believe that because, especially congruent, because I'm a nurse at work. Between 9 and 5, when I'll get off of work, I'm still a nurse. My daughter just recently broke her finger. And I was a nurse then. I was a nurse when I assessed it. I was a nurse when she received her full arm cast for a broken finger, and giving her cast care instructions, education, having her perform her ADLs by herself at 9 years old. It's constant education. So I never see the nursing side of me stop. So with that, that is my PowerPoint. I hope y'all enjoyed it.